Yo, guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the locker room. We have finally returned from our break. It is just going to be me today. Cody is not with me, but today we will be going through our NFL QB draft rankings. The reason that we haven't been uploading is it has got to a week where we were so far in the NFL season that we might as well have just start after the Super Bowl. So that's what we're going to do. But sadly, football is over. But football is never over because we have the draft, and the draft is one of my favorite times of the year. So we're going to go through, give our quarterback rankings as we're not professionals. My cousin posted his video, which made me want to do this video quickly because I have some difference of opinions from them. So make sure you go check them out. But man, I might have a very controversial list if you've been looking at other lists because I love potential in this league, and I have a lot of guys with a lot of potential on my in my board here. So it might be different, but I really don't care because it's my opinion, and what I see makes me think that these guys can be real stars in the NFL, or at least some of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start 8 down to 1. So we'll go with my number 8 and we'll go all the way down to my number 1 for my quarterback rankings, and might as well just get started. So we're going to start out with number 8. And my number 8 is going to be Bryce Young. The reason that I have Bryce Young so low compared to most people is because I don't. I'm just joking with you. Bryce Young is not a number 8. I, I just want to see what would happen. I promise you he's higher. I'm joking. My real number 8 is going to be Malik Cunningham out of Louisville. This is a guy who is extremely athletic. One of those guys who can escape the pocket like nothing else. He's very quick. He can run the ball well. His awareness is very good. The downfall with Malik Cunningham, and I think that there are some attributes that can grow on him. For example, his accuracy could get better. That can get better. That can improve. The reason he's lower is because there's some things that cannot improve. I don't think he has the greatest arm. It's a kind of like a Lamar Jackson situation. I don't know if he has the arm strength to get there. I don't know if he has the greatest arm. Accuracy can be worked on, but he is one of those things where the arm might just not be there. And for that reason, it's why he's at 8. And for some reason, for some people, it's going to be really high that he's at 8. But the reason I have him at 8 is also because he's extremely athletic. He can extend the play very well. He can rush the ball very well, very similar to a Lamar Jackson type. And then he's also just not as big, which is another reason why he's lower on my list. But if this guy had size, I'm telling he's top 4 easy on this list. And if he had a stronger arm, he's easy top 4. But those are two big problems that he has that need or are likely not going to improve: the height and the weight. Or the weight can improve, the height's not going to improve, and the arm strength really unlikely to improve. So that's why he's this low on my list. But overall, a very athletic quarterback who, if he gets put in the right system with the right coach, could be molded into a manageable starter. So that's why I'm Malik Cunningham at number 8 out of Louisville. Going to keep with the trend here. I'm going to go with another mobile quarterback at number 7. Give me Dorian Thompson Robinson out of UCLA. This is a guy also like Malik Cunningham, but I just think that he may not be as mobile as Malik Cunningham, but he is definitely a guy who has a stronger arm than Malik Cunningham, as well as being more accurate, which is why he is higher. Dorian Thompson, I mean, he's extremely athletic, very fast, very good at escaping pressure and able to extend the play, and he's very tough, which is what I also like about him. He'll get in the dude's faces and he'll tell them how it is, and I really like that about him. I respect that. But the downfall is he is another small quarterback with not a lot of arm strength. He's very athletic, kind of a lot like Kyler Murray. He is probably a Kyler Murray prototype 2.0. But the thing that he's different in is he's a little bit bigger than Kyler Murray, but still not that big for a quarterback. I feel like he should put on some weight. And the arm strength, again, just not there for me to put him higher on the list. But Dorian Thompson Robinson is a very good quarterback. So I do have him in the top 8. So that's why I have him at number 7. Oh boy, it's time to get real. Number 6, going to be Will Levis. A lot of people saying he is the QB1 of this draft, which blows my mind saying he's the next Josh Allen or Joe Burrow. It blows my mind. There is a huge problem that I always have with some of these quarterbacks, and that is when the pro day comes out and we see all these throws without pads, without pressure, their stock skyrockets. Look at Zach Wilson per se, not comparing Will Levis to Zach Wilson. I'm just saying, if you look at the pro days skyrocket dudes' draft stocks. And it really doesn't show their true on-field ability. It shows they have an arm, but it doesn't show what they're going to do under pressure. And Will Levis, I'm not saying he's bad under pressure by any means, but when I watched film on him, he made some good plays. He didn't make great plays. He also made some bad plays. He made good plays and bad plays, more good than bad, but also if I'm going to put him higher, I need to see great plays and not good plays and less bad plays. As well as he's in a Kentucky offense that is very screen heavy. There is a lot of screens thrown in this offense. So if he was in an offense that allowed him to throw the ball deep more and throw the ball more, maybe he would be higher, but just the fact that we have not seen a lot out of him on the field in game, being able to chuck it deep and be able to withstand under pressure because he is in a very screen heavy offense, a little short game, run game, screen, stuff like that, RPOs, all that stuff. He is in that type of offense, and therefore I can just not put him higher on the list. I just need to see more. That's why he's at 6. I'm not saying he's bad, but again, pro day does skyrocket people's stock. But I have him at 6 just because I have not seen enough of him, and I want to see more. So that is just why he's this low on my list. Number 5, this is a guy who was higher, but then a national championship game happened. So Max Duggan out of TCU is going to be my number 5. Thing with Max Duggan is I do think he has all the tools. He's a decently sized dude who has a very, very strong arm. I think his throw power is awesome. I think that his arm strength is pretty decent as well. But overall, his accuracy does need to be improved. And that's a thing that can be worked on. It's definitely a thing that can be worked on. I mean, we've seen it with Josh Allen happen. We've seen that happen with Josh Allen. So needs to be worked on with the accuracy. But then another thing that it can be worked on, but it's very hard to improve, which is going to be another reason why my next guy is so low, is the throw under pressure is not good. When he is pressured, even when he is in a big game, per se, he does not perform well. When they send blitzes, there's 2 things quarterbacks do that make me see them and be like, okay, they can't throw under pressure. They usually do one of these 2 things. My next 2 quarterbacks, they do both. You can panic and then throw a bad decision, but then you can also throw it inaccurately. I see that Max Duggan does both when he's under pressure, but the reason he's this high is because he does have the tools to improve, and I do think that he can. He's a big dude with a big arm. I think he can get the job done. So Max Duggan needs to improve on the throw under pressure because he does panic a little there. But overall, he can be a very, very, very solid NFL quarterback for me. So that is why I have him at number 5. Number 4, Will Levis didn't start enough controversy. Here we go. Bryce Young out of Alabama makes the list right now at number 4. A lot of people's number 1. I get it. Looking at the dude, if you watch highlights on him, he is the number 1 quarterback in the draft based on highlights. Then you watch film and you see his flaws. We'll start with the positives. Bryce Young, for his size, his arm is incredible. He has a very, very strong arm for his size. His accuracy is very good. It can use some work, but it is very good. He's also coming from a winning program. The dude knows how to win, and he can play in big games. Bryce Young is a very mobile quarterback as well. He can move out of the pocket. He can extend plays, which I love out of quarterbacks. I love when they can extend the play. And I love when they can make plays that seem impossible. Bryce Young can do that outside of the pocket. Key word is outside. His throw under pressure, and even sometimes his throw in the pocket, but his throw under pressure, it's not good. Same thing with Max Duggan. You can do two things. You can make a bad decision and you can throw it inaccurate. I see a lot of the time when Bryce Young is under pressure, I see him do both. So that is not going to stand well in the NFL, as you're going to have less time to throw. You're going to have less time to see the field. And you're going to throw the ball inaccurately. Sometimes I get that. But Bryce Young, when he's under pressure, he does it too often, which is why he's at number 4 for me. But he's a very athletic quarterback. Very athletic. He can extend the play very well. He's a winner. He does so many things right that it frustrates me how many things are the two problems that I have with him. It frustrates me because these are two major problems. But if he can fix these problems, which are very hard to fix, he needs to go to the correct system and the correct coach to help him with that. For example, if he goes to a team that is very not suited for him, I can see Bryce Young being a huge bust. He needs to go to a team that is fit right for him, and I do think that he has the chance to succeed. He just needs to be able to overcome the throw under pressure and the bad decisions, as well as having his size being. He's a very small dude. He's listed at 6 feet. Bulk wrap. This guy is not 6 feet. He's barely taller than Nick Saban. Nick Saban's like 5'9". His size in the NFL is going to impact him. For example, like it does Kyler Murray, and like for the reasons I have all the other fast quarterbacks low is because of their size, but as well as their arm. But Bryce Young definitely does have the arm over them. Bryce Young is a very good quarterback. He can be good, but he just has these big problems that I need fixed to be able to put him higher. And number 3 for me, you guys are going to think it's biased, but I swear to you it's not. I'm probably the most harsh on this guy, and that is Anthony Richardson. Because this guy lost us some games last year at Florida, let me tell you. Anthony Richardson, if we're talking ceiling, this is the best quarterback in the draft, maybe in the past 5 years. He's absolutely incredible. I mean, his release, very quick. He has an amazing arm. He can throw the ball deep. This dude is freakishly fast. His mobility is the best in the draft, without a doubt. He can break tackles. He can do all that. And then, on top of that, this guy's size is unbelievable. 6'6", over 200 pounds. This is a Josh Allen prototype when you look at him. But being a Josh Allen prototype means you also had to come with the Josh Allen problems that came along early in Josh Allen's career. I see 3 of them here with Anthony Richardson. 1, not necessarily a problem Josh Allen had, but I see a lot of times where his first instinct is to run the ball. I don't like that. Quarterback is a passing position. You should be able to run the ball when you have to, and there should be design runs. But overall, when your main focus is to run first, that shows me that you don't have the amount of confidence in yourself to do it. But I think Anthony Richardson needs to focus on the passing game because his accuracy is not good. But this is one of those problems that can be fixed easier than the problems that Bryce Young has, which is why I have Anthony Richardson's higher. Anthony Richardson's problems are easier to fix than Bryce Young's problems, and Anthony Richardson has more tools than Bryce Young, along with having a higher ceiling. That is why I have Anthony Richardson above Bryce Young. But if Anthony Richardson, if he can fix these problems, these accuracy issues, these timing issues, there's not a doubt in my mind that this guy will be a top 5 quarterback. He has all the tools to succeed. He needs to go to a team that will help him out. If I would love for the Giants, I mean, it's not going to happen, but if the Giants could draft this guy, I would love it. Have Brian Daboll develop him like he's helped Daniel Jones and Josh Allen. I have no doubt in my mind Anthony Richardson would be a top 5 quarterback. He is that good. He has all the tools. He just has to fix these accuracy and timing issues. And if he can do it, my God, watch out, because Anthony Richardson will be coming for Patrick Mahomes. Yes, I said it. Number 2, there's probably a guy that is lower on everybody's list that has not been said yet, and that's going to be Hendon Hooker out of Tennessee. Hendon Hooker, I see he's very similar, in my opinion, to Anthony Richardson. The difference is Anthony Richardson has a much higher ceiling, but Hendon Hooker has the floor. He has the much better floor right now. He is the more NFL ready. And the reason I have him higher is because all the same things I had about Anthony Richardson is he's a big dude. He can run the football. He's very mobile, and he's got a great arm. So looking at all those things being very similar to Anthony Richardson, he has the tools to be a good NFL quarterback already. So we know that. But then he just has less problems than Richardson. So I'm going to admire, and I would rather take a risk on a good NFL or a good to very good NFL quarterback in Hendon Hooker that I think he can be than shoot for to be that number one that Anthony Richardson would be. Hendon Hooker just has less problems to fix. He has the same problems, but they're just not as bad. He's more accurate. He's decently accurate. It can be improved. His timing can be improved. But Hendon Hooker also has a very quick release, like Anthony Richardson, but I think that his is quicker, and it's really unbelievable how fast he gets the ball out, as well as his ability to evade pressure. All the same tools he has as Anthony Richardson. He has the same problems, but his problems are not as bad. So Hendon Hooker, how do I say this? Hendon Hooker has the accuracy issue in some degree. It's just way less than Anthony Richardson. So that's why I have Hendon Hooker above, is because the risk for taking Anthony Richardson, it comes with a very high reward, and then you have a low risk of taking Hendon Hooker with a very good reward. So go ahead and give me Hendon Hooker all day, who I think can succeed in if he gets put in the right system in the NFL. But that leaves one quarterback left. That is going to be CJ Stroud. This guy, I believe he is the most NFL ready, and I believe that he can only improve. So CJ Stroud is a guy who has the arm, and he's very accurate, one of the most accurate quarterbacks in this draft, without doubt. So he has all those tools. He can be mobile when he needs to. He can throw under pressure, unlike Bryce Young, which I see. I think CJ Stroud is very good, and the only issue that I have is his ability to perform in big games. Another issue that I had with Max Duggan. So CJ Stroud has the tools, not as much as Hendon Hooker and Anthony Richardson, but he has the tools and they're already there and they're set. And he doesn't have any problems. He is solid right now. And he's not one of those quarterbacks like Mac Jones, where his floor is he's the most NFL ready, and that's it. He is the most NFL ready, I believe. And he can elevate that game still. So he can be a very solid starter that will only get better in year 2, in year 3, like a Joe Burrow type of guy. I see that in CJ Stroud. He also comes from a winning program. He knows how to win. They came toe to toe with Georgia, and he put up a amazing performance against a Georgia defense that I think is one of the, if you're going to face a defense to show that you are NFL ready, Georgia was that defense this year. He went ahead, threw 4 touchdowns, and threw over 250 yards. He is that guy. CJ Stroud, in my opinion, has all the tools that can only get better and be the best quarterback in this draft, which is where I have him. So, do you guys disagree? Because, man, looking at some other lists, I have easily a very controversial list. So you guys let me know what you guys think of my list down in the comments. So make sure you like, subscribe, do all that shenanigans to keep this channel going. And the QB rankings for 2023 has come to an end. So I will see you guys next time. Peace out.